So we got some very surprising news per Darvin Ham. A head coach, Darvin Ham, told reporters D'Angelo Russell underwent a tune-up procedure for an undisclosed injury on Wednesday. The team then clarified to say he had a treatment and he's questionable to play in Thursday's game against the Denver Nuggets, according to ESPN's Dave McMenamin. First off, this is a great example of why teams are reluctant to tell coaches and things like that about stuff going on behind the scenes. This is a great example of Darvin Ham just needs to be quiet and say nothing, or just say, hey, he's having, some pains or some issues or whatever, right? Like, sometimes the correct answer is no answer. And you had Darvin Ham just start a whole whirlwind while Rob Pelinka is in the process of talking to teams about potentially trading D'Angelo Russell. What do you think all these teams are going to be thinking? So wait a minute. You're trying to trade us D'Lo and he's injured and he's going to miss time? Now, Shams reported that this procedure or treatment is just that. It's treatment. D'Lo may or may not miss Thursday's game. He may not miss any time at all. That it's just kind of seeing how he responds to the treatment. So that's some good news. That's some clarification. But man, Darvin Ham not only is trying to sabotage the season, he's trying to sabotage any trades we make. Now, obviously, we'll see if any trades get done. Tons of reports, tons of conflicting reports are coming out back and forth. That's usually what happens at this time. One guy says nothing's happening. The next guy says everything's happening. One guy says Lakers are getting role guys. The next guy says Lakers are getting the stars. We'll see how it develops. We're within 24 hours for the NBA trade deadline. So trades can come in at any point. Depending on when you're watching this video, Lakers may have already made a trade. So we will see. Time will tell. As far as D'Angelo Russell goes, the Lakers, based on reports, they still are in the process of trying to trade him. They're trying to get pieces. We will see how that goes. But they're okay, it seems like, of keeping D'Lo if that's the best course of action. If there isn't really anything out there that makes sense. They're reluctant to trade D'Lo for anybody other than Dejounte Murray. They're still in talks about trying to acquire a Bruce Brown, various other players and pieces. But they only want to trade D'Lo for a guy that they believe is a clear long-term upgrade. And D'Angelo Russell, he is a guy that has just really been playing great basketball lately. And so they don't want to just make a lateral move and have to give up assets and pieces to move off of D'Lo. If they're going to trade D'Lo, it's going to be for something that's a real impact to this team, to this roster, or what they believe to be a true impact to this team, to this roster. Obviously, Dejounte Murray gives you some athleticism, gives you some rim pressure. The hope is you get some version of San Antonio Dejounte Murray as opposed to some version of Atlanta Hawks Dejounte Murray. I personally would like a combination, right? The hope is the Lakers put the ball in Dejounte Murray's hands, let him actually run point guard so he can get back to being San Antonio Dejounte Murray, but you still maintain some level of the Atlanta maturity, his ability to play off ball, which isn't great, but it's been better as the years have gone on, and his ability to shoot compared to what he was in San Antonio. If you can get some mixture of the two, then I think he would be a clear upgrade over D'Angelo Russell, right? Especially a clear need as far as that goes. I do have my concerns about the fit, right? Because look, defensively, he has not been very good. Can he get back to being that elite defensive guard? If he can, then the Lakers are going to be in good shape. Also, can his three-point shooting, it's right now in a free fall. He has not been shooting the three ball well ever since kind of being in these trade talks. Could that just kind of be the noise and he's just kind of in his head a little bit? You see a lot of guys that happens to. And then once he gets traded, gets back to the Lakers, and he's back to normal and he's shooting the three ball well because he knows he's got some long-term stability here. He knows he's not going anywhere. He knows he's not getting traded. That is definitely something that could happen. That's a hope again. And then how much is he going to have to play off ball? If he has to play off ball heavily, then I have my concerns that he's going to fit. If he kind of gets to, hey, here's the basketball, and even has times where he's running units by himself, then I definitely think that Dejounte Murray can have a real impact for this Lakers team. We'll see, right? Again, conflicting reports constantly. Brian Windhorst reported that talks have gone cold and that trading for Dejounte Murray is very unlikely. Anything Brian Windhorst says, I always take with a grain of salt, like I always tell people. When was the last time he was right about a Laker report that wasn't something that like Woj or Shams reported? Because Shams even said that the Lakers and the Hawks are planning to touch base again today, and that those conversations are still fluid, was the word he used, and that it's still live. So personally, I would trust Shams reporting over Brian Windhorst. Brian Windhorst was one of the guys last year around this time that said the Lakers were not going to be able to move Russell Westbrook, and a Russell Westbrook trade was not going to happen. And if it did, they would have to give up 2 firsts just to move off of Russell Westbrook. That's not counting the players. And guess what? He was wrong. More times than not, he is wrong than he is right. But look, this definitely does throw a wrench in some stuff, right? The D'Lo situation. I'm sure the Lakers wanted to keep this quiet. I'm sure the Lakers wanted to keep this under wraps. I'm not saying that maybe they didn't relay this to other teams, like, hey, just to let you know he just got a treatment. But it is also possible that if it was just a minor thing, they were just injecting some stuff or whatever, then, I don't see them making a big deal out of it. But now, if you're Atlanta and you're talking the Dejounte Murray trades, or, you're that third team that wants to get involved and wants D'Angelo Russell, Brooklyn Nets still seem to be the team that is adamant about acquiring D'Lo. If you're the Brooklyn Nets, you start going, hey, wait, time out, right? Like, look, we want D'Lo, but hey, if he's going to miss some time, if he's going to be hurt, like, we're going to need some compensation, like that. Now it just becomes an issue that didn't need to be an issue, that didn't need to be a problem. And Darvin Ham says he had a procedure, and now everyone's thinking like he had surgery, and it's like, what is a tune-up procedure? Like, what are we talking about here? And then, the front office has to come out and say, like, no, it wasn't a surgery, it wasn't a procedure, it was just standard treatment. Again, you can see how that becomes a problem. You can see how that becomes an issue. But look, the Lakers, there's reports again that they may potentially wait around for Donovan Mitchell. I don't like that idea whatsoever. I don't. To me, 1 in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. Why are you going to wait around for a guy that may or may not be available? We have seen this so many times with the Lakers. Paul George is a great example. Paul George was coming to Lakers. All right, Lakers had an opportunity to trade for him, and they were like, why trade for him? He'll just come in free agency. Why would we give up assets for a guy that we can just sign? And Oklahoma City ends up taking a chance, ends up trading for him, and Paul George says, hey, well, one team traded for me, so I'm just going to stay here. He ends up staying with Oklahoma City and eventually goes to the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard headed to the Lakers. He's coming to Lakers. He wants to be a Laker. He wants this. He wants that. And the Lakers waited. They believed that they were going to get Kawhi Leonard. They missed out on a bunch of pieces that they could have gotten, a bunch of free agency signings and all kinds of stuff because they were trying to conserve the cap for Kawhi Leonard. And what ends up happening? Kawhi Leonard goes off and signs with the Los Angeles Clippers. Again, it's just, we've seen this so many times. And to me, if you're the Lakers, if you can realistically go get Dejounte Murray, go get Dejounte Murray. Then if Donovan Mitchell becomes available, you'd still have 2 firsts in the offseason. You'd have Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura. You'd even have Dejounte Murray if you wanted to, right? Like, and so at that point, you could maybe convince them, like, okay, you're going to lose Mitchell. We'll give you Dejounte Murray. We'll give you Austin Reeves. We'll give you 2 firsts. Give us Donovan Mitchell, right? Now you have Dejounte Murray that you can flip into another first or maybe 2 firsts, right? And maybe get some other players and pieces back. And there you go. The other concern is we, even with the 3 firsts in the offseason, yes, we'd have 3 firsts, Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura. Okay, cool. But who's to say a team like the Knicks don't just come in and outbid us? They absolutely still can outbid us. Right? A team like OKC could outbid us if they wanted to go get another scoring option or something. Right? The Brooklyn Nets could even outbid us. And they have pieces that make more sense for a team like the Cleveland Cavaliers who want to remain competitive and want to continue to play. So my thing is, like, unless Donovan Mitchell comes out and says, like, I only want to go to the Lakers, trade me to the Lakers, then Lakers, I just don't see them getting Donovan Mitchell. Now, if in the previous trade round of Donovan Mitchell, if Donovan Mitchell wanted to go to the Lakers and he was trying to push to go to the Lakers and the Lakers were a real player in it, and it was like, okay, like Donovan Mitchell's trying to get to the Lakers just don't have enough to get him, then maybe I'd feel a little more like, okay, like I don't hate the idea of waiting for Donovan Mitchell, but that wasn't the case. That's not what ended up happening. So my thought process is, why are you going to wait around for a guy that you realistically might not be able to get when you could get a guy like a Dejounte Murray? And then if Donovan Mitchell does become available and he does want to be a Laker, you figure it out. Especially if he tries to push himself to Lakers, now you have all the leverage. Because he could just opt out, and any team that trades for him would be a one-year rental. Right? I just don't want to, my problem is, even if you do trade for Donovan Mitchell, the Lakers run the risk of him being a one-year rental. I just don't like that idea, personally. But we will see. I still think Donovan Mitchell or Dejounte Murray will be a Laker. I could be completely wrong. It's just my personal thoughts. The reports keep coming in that teams aren't taking it serious, that they don't have real trade offers outside of what the Lakers are offering. And so it just seems like if they're going to trade Dejounte Murray, the Lakers seem to be the best option thus far. So I don't buy that, that another team is going to all of a sudden come out of the woodworks. If there was, I think it would already happen. There's reports that the Pelicans, okay, who are they trading? Right? What are they giving up? Are they going to trade like Herb Jones or something like that? I don't know. Again, you never know, right? Dejounte Murray isn't a Laker until he's a Laker. And at any point, a team could come out of left field, I mean, look at Damian Lillard. Look at Donovan Mitchell. Everyone thought Donovan Mitchell was going to the New York Knicks. Donovan Mitchell thought he was going to the New York Knicks. And guess what? He is a Cleveland Cavalier. Secondly, you look at Damian Lillard. He thought he was going to the Miami Heat. Miami was the place. Miami thought they were getting him. And guess what? He's a Milwaukee Buck. So that's my thing too. Oh, and one last point about Donovan Mitchell that I didn't mention is the Cavs are like the 2 seed in the Eastern Conference. So that's another thing too. Like, wouldn't Cleveland just be like, hey, we're like a piece or two away from being a contender? It's not like Cleveland's in a bad spot right now. I'm not sold on it. I think if Lakers make a big play, it's going to be for Dejounte Murray. That's just my thoughts. But again, love to hear yours. So let me know down in the comments below. What do you think? Do you think the Lakers should be concerned about the D'Lo news? Do you think, nah, don't worry about it. It's fine. It's just a little tune-up treatment. Do you think hey, this could be a big issue. This could be a big monkey wrench. Again, however you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it. Let me know down in the comments below. Do you want them to wait for Donovan Mitchell? Do you want them to trade for Dejounte Murray? Do you want them to do neither? Again, love to hear it. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. Lets me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.